Hello and welcome into this broadcast of Auburn and FSU, a first top 25 matchup in the SELC South Division. Game just got underway and we're having some technical issues with our camera, but this is a radio station, so we're going to give you a radio call until our technician get out here and fix it. Dominic Ancario goes to his right, goes back to the X for number one, Collie Blythe. I'm Noah Phillips. The man next to me is Jack. I'm not even going to try your last name because I'm too stressed out.
It's fine. It's 7 letters, but it's fine. Corbett, and I assure you all, everyone that's listening in, we tried everything.
We have
our technician on the way, hopefully fixing it, but please do not take anything out on Noah. This man was working for you all tirelessly, but just to no avail as Auburn gets into their offense right here.
Number 5, Miles Lobato, he's going to get one in. That's going to be a save for FSU's goalkeeper, an excellent save by him as we move into 14 and 10 seconds left in this first quarter. It is a cold, not really that cold, I'm wearing shorts, folks, but it is starting to get a little bit cold. You can kind of feel it in the air. You're listening to WEGL 91.1 FM's YouTube channel as this ball is on the ground and running over to the left side. They got a scrum running for it. FSU has it on their side, but it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by FSU. Auburn's ball going the other way.
Yeah, Alexander Gerdak led that charge for Florida State, but Auburn does come away with it. Honestly, kind of lucky for the Tigers right there. FSU had a lot of momentum coming up, controlling the tempo, but now Auburn's going to get into their offense. Miles Lobato, one of Auburn's captains, currently with the ball, passes it to his captain teammate, Leslie, and now Zach Jones is finally going to set up the offense for Auburn.
Lobato goes over to the right side, over the goal line extended. Auburn now has it in the X. Back to number 10, Jamie Maroney. He's been a goal scorer these past couple games for the Auburn Tigers. Big part of the reason they've got 3 wins on the season. Here's a run from Zach Jones. He's going to shoot, but it'll go wide left as Auburn is running to pick this ball up. It's going to stay just inside. Maroney could not get his foot on it. Auburn was actually closest to it, though, counted as a shot, even though it went wide right of the goal and went on the sideline as Hootker is going to take it out of the X, looking for somewhere to go around the crease. He's going to dribble left. He'll go, do a couple fake passes it off to number 4, Hudson Carter. Carter takes it across to the top of the attacking third with 12 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in this first quarter.
Hudson Carter, both, you mentioned him, Hudson Carter and Jamie Maroney, 2 absolutely essential players for Auburn this year. Jamie Maroney, 10 goals through 4 games as a freshman. That's some just discipline. That's staying calm under pressure from the freshman. Extremely impressive as he comes back up to the top of the field with the ball right now. And also Hudson Carter had a beautiful assist last week against Colorado, and he's been playing with some poise for Auburn so far this year.
Jones gets a pass off in front of the crease, but number 4, Hudson Carter, unable to receive it as this one's going to reduce a scrum in Auburn's attacking third. It's 15 seconds on the shot clock here for Auburn as they pick it back up. That's number 6, Zach Jones. He's going to take it to his right side. He's got some open air. He shoots, but it goes wide left and off a goalie stick. 11 minutes, 54 seconds left to be played here in this first quarter.
Oh, and we have an injury on the field currently, folks. Players from both teams are taking a knee right now. Florida State, one of their players is on the field right now. Just toss his helmet. He looks like he is in some immense pain as the medical team checks him out real quick. We'll let you know who that is on Florida State once we are able to see his number.
While we're waiting for this, we're going to take a quick break with 11 minutes and 54 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. inside the Auburn Sportsplex. FSU gets a big hit there as they're going to take it over to the other side as I fix this setting for you guys. FSU carrying across.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuning in and if you are ever at the Auburn University campus and see Mr. Henry Nance, make sure to give him a big hug. He just fixed this camera for us.
Our lead engineer for all things Eagle, Legal and Eagle Eye at this point, especially stuff concerning me.
Yeah, and while Noah's setting up, I'm going to take over the play-by-play for a little bit. Florida State currently in their offensive half looking to get their first goal of the game. 11-12 left in this first quarter, and both teams are scoreless so far. Right now, Florida State's number 22, Kyle Ross, is working on it. Passes it off to 17, Ryan Farquhar, who does not get a shot on goal. They're going to keep possession, though. Auburn's defense just swarming Florida State. They cannot get any available look. Referee's going to let them play a little bit. Continued great defense by Auburn, and they're going to come up with the ball. Number 45 for Auburn, Eamon Cummins, with a huge defensive stop.
Eamon Cummins there with a fantastic job with that long stick he's got. Drives it into it, forces a deflection as this 0-0. Auburn going the other way with 10:34 left to go in this first quarter. Auburn trying to get it across midfield. He's going to do one stick up. He's got a lot of room in front of him. He'll have to go back out there. Great job by FSU in that transition defense. But Auburn now on the opportunity. Number 32, Andrew Luff, freshman there, is going to have to pass it back.
And Ian Fitzgerald did a great job there of using that big stride. He has 6'5". He's able to advance it quickly into their own offensive half, getting around shorter defenders. He's a great utility weapon for Auburn in the midfield.
Auburn now with a run on the left side. He's going to pass it back to number 20, Ian Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald's got a little bit of room. He'll shoot, but it's going to be saved by the FSU goalkeeper number 0, Hutter Chang.
Great start so far for FSU's goalkeeper, Sarah McMahon. Last year, he only allowed 42 goals and had 60 saves. So this guy is no rookie to saving big shots against him. And so far, he's already had 2 in this first quarter.
FSU had an opportunity there, but ran out of leg room in front of the Auburn defense as they'll have to take it back and set something up with 9:30 left to be played here in this first quarter. FSU going around the bend now. They're over across the top of the key, and they'll look to make their entrance here. He's going to go left, cut right. That's number 1 for FSU. He'll go back to the X, back to the goal line extended as they'll continue to go around the bend. He's going to cut to his right with a little juke move. Big hit there by number 44 for the Auburn Tigers. Now back to the X around the crease. He's going left. He's got that stick on him, though. He can't get a shot, and it will go nowhere, as they're going to say that one was inside the crease when he shot it. It'll still be Auburn's ball.
Just swarming defense by Auburn right there. And you know, Noah, Florida State is looking to get the ball to number 9, Andrew Zeman for Florida State. He had 45 goals and 17 assists last year. He is a baller in the largest sense of you can be a baller. Right there, a third huge save by Florida State's goalie. As now the referee goes down with an injury. Folks, we do not want to see this so far. 2 injuries. Now the referee's shaking up a little bit as we got 8:38 left in this first quarter so far.
Anna Carrico with the shot there. He went coast to coast as it should be Auburn's ball, as I think Hudeker was closest whenever that shot happened, as we have 8 minutes, 38 seconds left to be played here in the first quarter. It is still scoreless here inside the Auburn Sportsplex.
Hudeker, yeah, he's looking to get his first goal tonight so far in 4 games so far already. He's been huge for Coach J.J. Arminio. 5 goals and 7 assists already on the year. So he's looking to net a couple more tonight. Get a big win over number 14 Florida State. Auburn ranked 25. They're looking to advance up in the rankings in the top 25 of the MCLA.
And really, this is another big game because this is the opening of the SELC South Division.
Yeah, exactly.
The way the SELC playoffs work, is top 3 from each division advance. 2 will play 3 in the quarterfinals in LaGrange of both North and South. The winner advancing on to face the first place in each division down in Jacksonville, Florida.
Still stoppage of play here. Lots of stoppage of play here so far in the first quarter. Now we're finally going to go. Hudeker throws it in. Auburn's offense going to reset.
As number 5, Miles Lobato is going to take it. He's going to cut to his left. He's got a bit of room to pass. Hudeker, he's going to receive a screen from Lobato. He'll pass to Fitzgerald, but it's going to hit off a FSU back. That was number 4, Anthony Chankin with the assist there to his goalkeepers. Hudeker is going to carry this one to his right. He's got a little bit of room, passes it back to the X. That's number 10, Fitzgerald, as they're going to go around the crease. I think that is number 4, Hudson Carter.
Yeah, and Noah, deflection has just killed Auburn so far this game. Couple shots off the post, now off FSU defensemen as well, as they're finally just trying to put one in. Passes it out back to number 29, Jordan Leslie, one of Auburn's 4 captains this year, and Zach Jones is going to take it one-on-one.
Zach Jones cuts to his left, passes
feed.
back to Lobato. He
That's
shoots,
a
he
great
scores.
shot.
Miles Lobato with the icebreaker of this game. 1-0 Auburn leads with 7 minutes and 39 seconds left in this first period. He just loaded one back and took it and put it in the top right of the goal.
Yeah, and great shot by Lobato. That's his 3rd goal on the year. The junior midi out of Great Falls, Virginia. But we got to talk about that pass. Help defense came over to try to close down Zach Jones. They know how much of a goal scorer he is. He has 5 goals on the year already. But he looks to add to the assist column now. Gets his 6th assist of the year.
We have not talked about him yet. Jake Kerfatz. There's only been one face-off so far in this matchup, as that's going to be grabbed by the Auburn Tigers. That's actually Aiden Garrett, freshman face-off specialist, as he's going to pick up a great ball there. Had an opportunity to shoot. You got to take that kid, as Fitzgerald is going to get this one from the goal line extended, as there's a little bit of chippiness going on right there in front of the crease.
If I was that Florida State defenseman, I'd get chippy too. Aiden Garrett absolutely snatched the ankles off of him. He went flying. And his teammates over there on the sideline started oohing and on. They wanted him to complete that play just as much as you did, Noah.
Fitzgerald coming from the top of the attacking third. Big hit there, putting his shoulder into somebody. Loses it, but it's going to be resulting in a scrum that FSU picks up. 6:58 going the other way.
Fitzgerald tried to use his height there once again, but unlike last time, Florida State knew how to counter it. Great defense by them, and now they've transitioned this defense into offense, going round the X, now goal line extended with number 9 for Florida State, Andrew Zeman, the goal-scoring phenom.
FSU back to the right side of that attacking third. Auburn did a great job on the transition there, really grabbing control of this game, as FSU is taking kind of a slower approach on offense, more of a setup type of thing rather than going in the transitions, but there could be an opportunity there. Big hits from Auburn. His stick is gone. Great defensive effort there from the Auburn Tigers. That was number 55, Caleb Karoka.
Great play there by Caleb Karanka. He's getting gritty with this defense. He's keeping them at bay. And, yeah, like you said, Florida State not shy to use the full 80 seconds off their shot clock. They're already down to 20 seconds left, trying to make some magic happen here. But he's going to hit the ground. Bodies are all over each other, and just an accidental fall by number 1 for Auburn, Coley Blythe, and Florida State is going to retain possession there.
It is a physical game. Also resets the shot clock back to 80 as number 22, Carlos Urthra, is going to pick this one up at the top of the key. He's going to go left, and he's going to shoot, and he's going to score right past a fantastic goalkeeper in Greg Morgan, but he just got everything he wanted on that one, going off the run to make it 1-1 here in the Auburn Sportsplex.
That's just a mean take by number 22 for Florida State, Kyle Ross. Shot that one all the way from Caldwell, New Jersey, right there to even it up so far. We have 5:42 left in this first quarter, and you can tell the energy here is high, and it's going to be a close one, folks, so make sure you stay tuned in. We have a face-off here right now. I'm going to take over for Noah for a little bit. Aiden Garrett back at the face-off, 10-7 in face-off so far this year. Very impressive stat for a freshman, and he's going to add to it once again, now 11-7 as he moves up into the offensive field, and Hudeker is going to look to set up this offense.
Hudeker got the ball there. Face-off is one of the most important factors of this game, and I don't think Auburn has lost one yet coming after the Auburn Tigers, as 5:20 is all that's left to be played here in this first quarter, as number 13, Chris Bocic is going to pick this one up, but pass it right back to number 99 for the Tigers. He's going to make a little bit of a run. That's Tyler Ward. Ward to pass it off to Fitzgerald. He shoots, but he cannot score. Hudeker's going to pick it up off the bounce, as that one's going to go out of bounds. FSU ball the other way with just under 5 minutes to play.
First action we've seen so far this game of Bocic and 99, Tyler Ward. Bocic has been huge for the Tigers so far this year. 5 goals and 1 assist. Tyler Ward cannot say the same, not on the score sheet yet, but he's looking to add to that tonight as Florida State makes a careless pass, and I think that's going to go Auburn's direction.
It is. It's going to be ruled out of bounds. Auburn We'll have to pick it up from their own side. Never mind. That is a great pass. Oh,
maybe not. Yeah.
But picked up by Anna Carrico. He'll go the other way with it now. Auburn will be forced to set something up.
Auburn going to take their time here. Zach Jones, lethal on the offensive end, and he is going to control this ball. Passes it over to Bocic now.
Bocic back to number 29, Jordan Selesli. Selesli, he may get a pick here from Hoytaker. He does. He's got a little bit of room in front of him. He's getting sticked up there. Held the stick up. Referee did not call anything. 4:12 left to be played here in this first quarter. FSU's ball going the other way. It's tied 1-1 here in the Auburn Sportsplex.
That was a huge hit by FSU. He had two guys around him, and Hoytaker just couldn't do anything. Florida State's defense just suffocating. And now Auburn's looking to suffocate them in the same way, get that ball back.
Lord knows this is a physical game. Lord knows it's too physical for me, as FSU's going to pick this one up from the logo. He's going to cut to his left. Auburn doing a great job defensively. That's number 3, Casey Linchoni. Choney gets him to pass it off as FSU's going to take it around the X now.
Jude Niles, that was Florida State, number 24, trying to take it in. He's been huge this year for them. Already 2 goals, 2 assists on the season. Keep in mind, they've only played half as many games as Auburn, only 2 games, so impressive stat line so far.
Auburn taking it across the field. Great defensive effort there to play in front of the crease and trying to get a great stop. FSU also has already played against an SELC South opponent in the Florida Gators. That was their one loss of the season. It's 3:10 is all that's set to be played after a Auburn turnover.
This game's getting sloppy, Noah. There's been multiple passes dropped so far in these past couple minutes, and that's just a careless possession by Auburn. Now Florida State's going to retain possession. They're going to get another chance on goal, hopefully trying to take the lead before this quarter's over.
And it is a little bit of carelessness, but also FSU being so physical and getting their bodies on the Auburn players to really stop such careful passing by the Auburn Tigers, as FSU will take it to the right side of the field.
I agree with you. Yeah, one pass in the middle, great defense by FSU, but I think there's a little bit of split action right here as Florida State's going to bring it back in from the X, number 17 for Florida State.
That's Ryan Faulkner. He's going to take it around the crease. He's looking for somebody back to number 9, Andrew Zeman. Zeman passes it back out at FSU. Will restart their defense. He's going to take a couple hops, try to get it back to the middle of the field. A long pass to the crease. That is a miss that went off the bar. Maybe Greg Morgan's foot went off of something. It'll be Auburn wants it to go back their way, but I think referee's going to give it to Florida State.
Like I said, Noah, the biggest enemy of this game so far has been the goalpost. I think that's the 3rd or 4th shot we've seen so far already that's just gone off the side and hasn't fallen for either of these teams.
2 minutes left in this first quarter. Great defensive action so far. That's a shot that goes a little bit wide left. Craig Morgan having to nearly put his body on the line. That one was going faster than a speeding bullet. As this one's going to be go to the left. That's a spin. He's got nowhere to run. Great defensive work by number 21, Andrew Grubb, trying to get his stick on stick there. But FSU gets around the crease. He's got an opportunity. Great defensive work from number 26, Jack Slack, as this one's going to go the other way. Forced his foot on the crease, and Auburn's got the ball.
Man, there's a lot of storylines in this game. First of all, we get a Slack attack right there. Saw that last week against Colorado too, but also for Auburn's defense, number 21, Andrew Grubb, as we talked about. There's a 21-on-21 matchup, 2 guys going at it. Now Auburn's going to finally get it into their own offensive half, looking to score a second goal.
Fantastic heads-up play by Greg Morgan to get that ball into the Auburn attacking third and let something get set up here. As Zach Jones is going to get hit.
Big hit.
Goes across to the other side. It'll be FSU's ball for this last minute and 8. Shot clocks do not matter anymore, and we're tied at 1. And you can feel the electricity inside the Auburn Sportsplex. We got ourselves a matchup.
FSU showing why they're ranked 14 in the nation. They're not afraid to bring that punch to Auburn at all. Doesn't matter. They're playing on the road. They're going to bring the intensity, and they have so far.
Jack McKeever, he's going to pick this ball up in front of the logo as it goes back around to number 24, Jude Niles. Niles, he'll give it back to McKeever. Back to Miles. Miles going to cut to his right. He ain't got a lot of time to score. He'll pass it back to the X. Around the crease now, looking for somewhere to go. Back to number 9, Zeman. Zeman, he's going to get a couple stick hits there. That ball's on the ground, picked up by number 45, Eamon Cummings with a fantastic defensive play, forces the turnover and picks it up himself. He might carry it all the way, too, as that ball's on the ground now. FSU picks it up. 12 seconds left to go in this first quarter. We got a lot of action. Craig Morgan is going to pick it up as this one goes awry. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Craig Morgan, all you got to do is hold on to it, and there it is. This one is stayed tied at 1. As we go into the second quarter of action, you're listening to WEGL 91.1 FM's YouTube channel, as we will be back with second quarter action in just a moment.
Of this head-to-head matchup between Auburn and Florida State. First matchup for Auburn in the SELC South Division. This is a game with high stakes. Florida State, number 14 in the MCLA. Auburn 25, head-to-head ranked matchup as we're about to have our first face-off of the second quarter. Aiden Garrett already won the first 2 face-offs in the first quarter, looking to get his third in a row. And it's going to happen. Ref turns it to the left.
Fantastic job there by Eamon. Although he didn't get the exact result he wanted, he sat down and he won that face-off. Maybe by a referee's decision, but it still counts either way.
Yeah, a face-off win is a face-off win. That's how I like to think of it. And Auburn's now going to control the ball in the offense. Throws it over to Hudeker, and now Hudson Carter sitting at the X. Back to goal line extended. They're going to move it around the perimeter a little bit, trying to find any gap in this Florida State defense as Zach Jones reaches for that ball, and he's going to look to make a move. One-on-one, mano-on-mano, can't get it to go, finds a man, Jordan Selesky, that's a captain, and it goes right over the bar, just short of their second goal of the night.
What fantastic moves there from Selesky and Zach Jones to get that ball into a position where it could have been scored. A fantastic job as Hudeker is going to carry this one around the crease. He's taking a little bit of damage as that one's back to number 4, Hudson Carter.
Hudson Carter tried to have another highlight play there. And if you don't know, if you're listening, Varsity Club Lacrosse posted WEGL. We're forever grateful for them. But there were some complaints about our camera quality because of that Hudson Carter masterclass from last week's goal against Colorado. So if he has another over-the-shoulder goal, we'll be capturing it in a lot better quality this week.
We will, as Auburn's going to pick this one up. Selesky just shooting a little bit too far. Hudson Carter with an opportunity there. Couldn't pull the trigger. Selesky back to Lobato.
Lobato is trying to work on his man one-on-one. Gets around him. Fires it off the ground, but it is going to go wide left. It is still going to stay with Auburn, though. Auburn resets shot clock back at 80, and Hudeker should be bringing this ball in right now. Yep.
You can see some complaints. I do not think the shot clock was supposed to restart there. Should go back to 5 seconds on the play right here.
Yeah, it is.
Go back to 60, excuse me. Yes, go back to 60.
It is unclear what is going on. There's definitely some commotion, and Auburn is going to take the opportunity to make some substitutions here. But Zach Jones is just waiting with the ball, waiting for the referee's signal to get this game going, as I should say. Yeah.
Folks, I showed up tonight in a jacket. I have taken it off. I am that fired up. This one has been a physical matchup from the get-go. It's hard-hitting lacrosse action, everything that you could have wished for. I wish we could have got the camera going for the first 6 or 5 or 7 or whatever it was minutes. I know we had to do a radio call for a little bit there. We'll continue to fix these issues in the future.
You're a better man than me, Noah. I'm over here all warm in my pullover, and I'm not regretting a second over it. I'm still shivering out here, but Auburn lacrosse faithful, they do not care. They're ready to hear. They're just here to see some big hits, some flashy goals, some Zach Jones. And as Zach Jones brings it in, he is going to throw it. Oh, wow, that's a great play of sportsmanship right there. He knew what the right call was. Zach Jones tosses it out of bounds so Florida State can get the ball. And that's one thing you love to see in a highly intense ranked matchup like this. Chivalry is still alive.
Indeed, as FSU got a great defensive or offensive opportunity there to take it across the sideline as FSU will pick it up in their own end.
Yeah, FSU trying to work around that perimeter, and they're now towards the X, moving towards goal line extended. Currently it's sitting with number 22's Florida State, Kyle Ross. He had the first goal of the game so far. He's looking to get a second, trying to make the moves on Auburn's defense, but to no avail. Great save there by Captain Craig Morgan. Captain Craig with a big-time play right there. And it will stay with Florida State, but Craig Morgan makes sure his team does not go into deficit.
And you look at Greg Morgan, somebody that's coming off being an honorable mention for the Pearl Goalie of the Week award, had 15 saves in that 8-7 beautiful game against Colorado.
Yeah, he has been an absolute beast so far this season. Florida State trying to get chippy there themselves. He tried to pull a Hudson Carter right there behind the back shot. It will not go, but once again, it is going to stay with Florida State. Another shot opportunity for them as they're right around the X right now. Number 21 for Florida State, Tyler Morris, had 3 goals and 4 assists last year. He's no stranger to the spotlight for Florida State. That's a shot on goal, and it's going to go wide left, and it is going to stay with Florida State once again. Florida State just racking in the opportunities so far this quarter, and that shot was by Alexander Gerdak. We talked about him a little bit first quarter, Noah, but last year he had 21 goals and 6 assists. There's very clearly a dynamic duo of attackers for Florida State.
Indeed, and on that play right there, Auburn and Florida State basically right next to each other. This ball is on the ground. We got a scrum for it. Oncario, he might have just picked up a penalty.
Yeah, these refs, first quarter, feels like the referees let them play a little bit more. Let it get a little bit more physical. That right there, one guy hit the ground, and they're automatically going to give that ball back to Florida State, which a little disappointing. Lacrosse fans, you know, we want to see them going head-to-head, but it's not going to happen. Alexander Gerdak back with the ball, trying to put moves. Wow, that was a powerful shot, but it went just wide right. And once again, Florida State retains possession. I'm seeing a theme here, Noah, are you?
Indeed, they're doing a great job of having somebody back there be close to the missed shot so they can pick that ball up and keep the ball on the offensive side.
Yeah, Patrick Dixon, Florida State's head coach. That, you know, in lacrosse, that's an intentional play right there, and that's smart. And finally, Auburn's going to retain this possession. 44 for Auburn's going to run Dominic Anacarico. He's still going. Cuts to his left, gets through the hole. That's a goal! Anacarico coast to coast. And he's going to put Auburn on the board. That's his 4th goal of the year. And Auburn goes up 2-1.
And Carrico lights my fire there, goes coast to coast. Is fantastic on that shot there. Just gets everything he wants out of it and puts one in the back of the net.
That was an Anacari coast to coast right there as he took it full field. And Auburn is going to reset back at midfield. Aiden Garrett, once again, the freshman. Will he take the 4th face-off so far? And he went, shove in the back. Ref's going to call it. Aiden Garrett's going to go 4 in a row this game so far. Been dominant on the face-off scene so far. Only improving his record for the season.
And that's really what he's tried to do each time. He's tried to get it in between the legs of his opponent and get out and try to get something quick so he can get that ball out and get an attacking drive started quickly as we have 11-12 left to go in this second quarter.
Yeah, and Noah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's worked 4 times so far already, and Florida State just can't figure Aiden Garrett out so far as Zach Jones moves into the offensive area. Hudson Carter bringing it into the sphere of play. But one thing about Hudson Carter, he's got grit. but he does not have size. Hudson Carter, 5'5", 145 pounds. These defenders are looking to take advantage of his size and just body him around. But one thing Hudson Carter has is finesse, and he's looking to get another goal this season. Miles Lobato now working, one of Auburn's captains. He's going to swing it around to Zach Jones. Zach Jones is going to hold it, looking for anything against this Florida State defense. They're not letting it up so far. He's going to wrap around the other side of the field, trying to put any move on Florida State. They're going to double team him, just absolutely swarmed, and Florida State's going to control this ball. Now they're looking in transition. That was a great ball by Florida State's goalie. Now number 5 for Florida State is going to attempt to control this ball, but Auburn's defense, similar to Florida State, is just swarming. They're not going to let any easy opportunities become available.
And Auburn had a great opportunity to score there. 2 minutes were taken off the clock on that shot attempt there. 9:57 left to be played in this second quarter, but a great defensive effort there by Florida State to really lock down a zone and get to Zach Jones.
Yeah, now Florida State's just swinging it around a little bit. Going to go over to number 1 for Florida State. Now over to number 5. Florida State just looking for an opportunity. Now we're at the X, back up to the top of the field, trying to get this offense going, but nothing available so far. Now they're going to make a move. Craig Morgan, Captain Craig, another beautiful save. He's only adding to his resume so far this season. Auburn's going to advance it up the field. So Leslie now looking to go coast to coast as he makes a move, finds Hudeker. Hudeker has one. Another goalpost deflection by these teams. Man, this ball just does not want to go in the net tonight.
It does not, and that's a credit to both these goalkeepers. They're taking up as much room as they can. As FSU on the attack now, they'll have to set something up.
Cole Hancock looked to find the middle for Florida State right there, but it goes just wide. Auburn's going to control. Number 3 for Auburn, Casey Linchoni, another Auburn captain, playing with poise out there. Great job controlling the ball. Had 2 Florida State defenders on him, but just, there goes the ankles. 55 for Auburn. Caleb Karanka, he's got speed and he's got finesse as well. Advances it into the Auburn offense easily, and now Auburn's going to take their time.
And Auburn now 8 minutes, 28 seconds left to go in this second quarter. Still a lot left to be played in this matchup. Can start to kind of settle down a little bit. Try to protect this lead. Well, no, you can't. You got to score more goals, but they can do it in a smarter way.
Luff has a shot on goal. Goal post once again. I hope someone makes a montage of this at the end of this game because this is unreal. This is a game of centimeters, and these goals are just barely going off the mark as that shot was barely missed by Andrew Luff, the Charlotte native. Now, Auburn still working. Bocic loses the ball. Great defense by Florida State. And both these teams, Florida State, as soon as they get the ball in defense, they're looking to advance it quick. Wow, great move by Florida State, but he loses the ball. Hudeker collects. Hudeker is going to hold the ball. Offense gets another chance.
It was a great job there by Dorman to really force that loose ball. Really got everything he needed inside of that stick to force the near turnover there for the Auburn Tigers as they got it back here.
Ian Fitzgerald tries to put the skates on Florida State's defense, but they don't fall for that. Number 14 teams in the nation don't fall for that trickery as now Bocic goes to work. Bocic, though, getting bodied by Florida State. That's some aggressive defense, and the refs say no thank you. They're going to call that one back and blow the whistle. It's going to stay with Auburn ball.
Got a little bit too physical there, but you can feel the blood start to boil a little bit with 7 minutes and 18 seconds left here in the second quarter. Both these teams playing physical. They can only play physical so long without it getting too physical.
Andrew Luff trying to make a move there. Cannot get it to go, though. Now we're going to have Auburn bring it back up. Hudeker over to Hudson Carter around the X. Carter's going to look to work. He's going. Has a shot. Whoa, Florida State's goalie loses track of the ball for a second there, but he collects. Hunter Chang, honestly, with a lucky break right there, the ball stayed out in the open for a couple seconds, but he was able to collect. Florida State tries to advance on offense. They're going to lose it out of bounds, and this Auburn sideline is fired up as Auburn's going to collect it once again and go back towards on the offensive end, similar to the first part of this second quarter when Florida State. There's an echo. Auburn is going to move here a little bit. Zach Jones taking his time. And Noah, we saw the beginning of this second quarter. Florida State had many offensive chances in a row. Now it looks like the tides have turned towards Auburn's favor as Auburn Hudaker is going to make a move.
They've certainly had a lot more possessions as Hudaker almost gets one in there. Takes a little bit too long with the shot there, maybe got a little bit too extended with 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, and Hudaker's shot right there almost went in off a deflection as now Florida State looks to run a little bit. They're not going to get it to go either, and Florida State head coach Patrick Dixon doesn't like what he's seeing on the field. He's going to call a timeout.
Indeed, and we'll take a timeout with them. We'll be just back whenever they get started back to play. There is 5 minutes, 54 seconds left to be played in this second quarter. Auburn leads 2-1.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us, Auburn leads 2-1 with 5:54 left in this first half. It's been a very back-and-forth game so far. Florida State will dominate possession, flips over to Auburn's side, and right now we are just leaving a Florida State timeout. Florida State is going to retain possession over in their half. The ball is going to start at the top of the key with number 17, Ryan Farquhar. If I'm pronouncing that last name wrong, I apologize, Florida State fans. But they did not give us a pronunciation sheet for the away teams. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Now, Florida State's going to control this ball, and they're around the X, now goal line extended, looking to break down this Auburn defense, which, Noah, they've been really solid so far this game.
They have. They haven't got a lot of reps because Auburn's been on offense for so long, but you can see it in the stat sheet. 1 goal so far for FSU.
Florida State trying to maneuver. That was almost an unreal highlight play, goes behind the back, but cannot get it to go. But the one thing about this Florida State offense is they always retain possession after a missed shot. They have a guy lingering back towards the X area, so that shot clock never really stops. It's just going to reset, and they're going to keep going. They now control the ball. Huge shot from Florida State. Kyle Ross trying to add his second goal to the game, but Captain Craig once again saves the ball, but the ref's going to take it back.
That was a big hit there by Andrew Grubb. You may have seen it. He kind of hit him a little bit late as FSU is going to retain the ball on that. That is being a little bit too physical at the wrong time with 5:03 left to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, and you know Auburn head coach J.J. Armenia was not happy about that one, especially after they retain possession. It's just not necessary, not needed when they're running the other way, looking to have a goal opportunity. Is now Kyle Ross is trying to find his second goal, but first needs to collect the ball. Gets around Bradley Meach, though, for Auburn, and he has an opportunity on goal just wide right of that top corner. And Florida State, storyline of this game so far, game of centimeters. Just cannot get this ball to get in the net.
And Grubb there, the reason FSU kept the ball because of the late hit by Grubb. He was able to get a great defensive possession there and get in on that shot.
Another shot by Florida State. Can't get it to go. Andrew Zeman, the phenom for Florida State that had 45 goals last year, can't get one against Auburn so far. Another great deflection by this Auburn defense, but once again, Florida State is going to enter back onto the field with possession, and they're going to try to put the work on number 26, Jack Slack, but Slack is going to put the clamps on Florida State.
You saw a shoot of the stick there. He's trying to get a deflection somewhere.
Yeah, Florida State moves. Captain Craig, another huge save. Craig Morgan showing why he has that captain band for this Auburn lacrosse team. Having a beautiful game so far. Auburn now holds possession. Auburn moving up the field. Number 21 for Auburn, Andrew Grubb, is going to get double-teamed by that Florida State offense, but he escapes. And now Jack Slack is going to look to attack up this field, and he's going to bring it into the offensive half. Auburn's going to continue possession, but their Florida State defense is swarming, and they're going to knock the ball out of Auburn's hands. Referee's going to blow the whistle, and it's Florida State's ball once again. Great recovery by Florida State, and they're looking to run quick, take advantage of this Auburn defense that is not set. And
indeed, there, FSU, they keep trying to speed up the pace because Auburn just got off of a lengthy defensive possession there. It's why you saw Kansas City elect to, or not Kansas City, but San Francisco elect to give the ball or get the ball in that first overtime against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs there in the Super Bowl because they wanted to give their defense a break. Auburn needs to get some more offensive possessions to give that defense a break, but they've done a great job so far.
What is a tie-in? That was unreal.
Yeah, I definitely thought of that on the spot if you couldn't tell by the ums and ahs.
No, I love it. His Auburn defense continues to fight relentlessly. Dominic Anacarico holding down the fort in the middle, but right now on Auburn defense, pressing against the ball, it is Anacarico as Florida State moves it back to the top of the field. Florida State's going to look to go to work. Florida State drives left, has a shot, misses, collected quickly, though, by Florida State. They don't let it get out of bounds. They're looking to speed up their pace. They know they're down. They would love to get an equalizer or even take the lead before half.
Indeed, they need something to go their way right. Auburn has done a fantastic job in late games. We saw versus Colorado, had a last-minute game-saving goal there. Wish we could have got it on camera. But either way, there's a flag up in the air. It'll be on Auburn either way, as there's 2 minutes and 27 seconds left to be played in this matchup.
Yeah, and they keep putting the ball in the hands of Andrew Zeman because they know he can go get them a goal. But so far, just no luck. Auburn's defense just absolutely ferocious, but almost a little bit too much as flags have been going up, fouls have been called. Even if you didn't join us first quarter, Florida State did have an injury as well. So Auburn, has to find this balance between great defense and not committing too many fouls. Now Florida State's going to bring the ball back in. It's with Andrew Pingalore, another big goal scorer for Florida State so far this year. Already has 2, and that shot's going to go wide right. But Florida State is closest to the ball once again. And Pingalore is going to collect the ball and bring it back in. And he's going to throw it to the top of the key to number 28, Alexander Gerdak, another huge goal scorer for Florida State. But
Auburn is a man down here. Anacarico is in the penalty box. 41 seconds left on it as Auburn is a man down. I repeat that.
Yep, and even though Auburn was a man down, they still get a stop. No goal for Florida State right there. And Auburn is going to finally get possession of this ball. It felt like Florida State was on offense for a good 4 minutes there, but Auburn's trying to get out and running. And difference between this Florida State defense about how it used to be is Florida State is pressuring this Auburn defense high. They do not want them to get to this offensive half. And this is a style of lacrosse we haven't seen played all year. And there's a trip by Florida State's defense, but a no call by the ref.
Not just a trip on Auburn's goalkeeper, Greg Morgan. Way to be tough out there. He's a tough guy in that goalie position. As Anacarico's got 7 seconds left on this penalty. Auburn fixing to be at equal strength.
How dare they do that to Craig Morgan, Captain Craig. But Florida State is going to control the ball in their offensive half, looking to get a second goal. Florida State's going to spin. Great defense there by number 18 on Auburn, Ethan Pustisi. Right before the shot can get ripped, he just shuts down that lacrosse stick from Florida State. And Auburn is going to retain possession once again. But the story so far the past couple minutes is, can Auburn get the ball past half field? This Florida State defense is just pestering. However, Karanka puts on the Jets and gets to the offensive side of the field pretty quickly. Karanka said, fine, I'll do it myself. And he gets over there now around the X as he's going to swing it across the field. Auburn still controlling the ball. Now going to be in the hands of number 20, Ian Fitzgerald. And he is going to wait it out as Auburn makes some substitutions. Fitzgerald still holding the ball. Auburn now holding some control. Now a slowed pace. Hudson Carter around the X. He is going to swing it to the opposite side of the field. We have 35 seconds left.
left to be played here in this first half.
Yeah, Ian Fitzgerald still with the ball. Has a shot. It is no good. Auburn knew they had to play with some urgency, and here comes Florida State the other way. They also know they have to play with some urgency. 20 seconds left. Firing it up the field quick. Great deflection by 21 for Auburn. Andrew Grubb. Craig Morgan now has the ball. He chucks it upfield, and the ball is loose. Both teams just trying to get one more shot off before halftime. We're down to 7 seconds. Florida State has the ball around halftime. He's going to throw it up. Craig Morgan, though. What other way to end this half than Captain Craig keeping the ball? And Auburn will go into halftime with a small lead over Florida State. Folks, you're not going to want to miss this second half. We're going to go to break. You're watching WEGL 91.1 FM. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us right now, it is a 2-1 game between two ranked teams in the top 25. Number 25 Auburn leads number 14 Florida State 2-1 at halftime as both teams re-enter the field and they're looking to get some second half action going. I'm Jack Corbett if you're just joining us. Besides me is the man, the myth, the legend, Noah Phillips. Noah, what do you think about this game so far first half?
Well, I'll tell you what, this might be one of the better games I've attended. I've seen loads of classics in my past 3 years of doing this, but this one has utterly been fantastic. 2-1 is the score going into the third quarter, and Auburn will look to win another faceoff.
Yeah, and start of the third quarter right now as Aiden Garrett gets to the faceoff, and that's the first faceoff Aiden Garrett has lost so far. He's now 4-1 on the game, just can't control the ball, and Florida State's going to bring it on goal. Craig Morgan, Captain Craig, has kept it down so far in the first half for Auburn, but he looks to keep it that way second half as Florida State comes out aggressive. They're looking to get a quick goal.
Indeed, Florida State really looking for something quick because they know they're one down. They're not down by a lot, but they're still down. If this game continues to go the way that it's going, FSU will lose, and they'll be 0-2 against SELC South opponents. They'll be looking for that third spot.
Florida State tries to take a shot there, but just overwhelming defense by Auburn as Anna Carrico looks to go on another run as we saw in the first half. Anna Carrico still going. He's going to control, tries to have a shot, and the storyline of the first half continues. This has been crossbar controversy here. Almost every shot we've seen so far, Noah, off the goalpost. And that's why it stayed so low scoring. It's a 2-1 game in the second half because these teams just cannot put it in the net.
Indeed, and Carrico there just got too far to his right, couldn't get the angle he wanted, had to take that shot just in front of the goal line extended. That's why it went off the crossbar and went out of bounds. FSU closest to it.
Yeah, it almost looked like he ran too far, and he just took the angle away from himself as now Florida State controls possession. Number 9 for Florida State, he is Andrew Zeman. Florida State's leading goal scorer from last year and this year so far. He swings it across the field. Florida State has a shot, and Florida State has a goal. What a way to start the second half. Number 22 for Florida State, Kyle Ross. That's his second on the night with only 1 minute and 36 seconds left into this half. Florida State gets the equalizer. He already has a brace.
Indeed, in there, he just made it with some contact. Auburn defense did everything they could, but he sat down, planted those feet, and put one in the back of the net.
Yeah, Captain Craig couldn't hold it down for Auburn that time as Aiden Garrett goes for a faceoff trying to get redemption from last time. Ball is live. Florida State will control once again. Florida State controlling the tempo so far this second half, not only in their play, but from the jump with the faceoff. They've come out with a different tone, and that's all head coach Patrick Dixon must have had just an unbelievable pep talk at halftime.
Well, they know they pretty much have to win this game. If you don't win here, you're basically only competing for that third spot in the SELC South. There's worse fates than that, like not making the playoffs, but you want to win this game so you can at least fight for that second and maybe even the first if Florida loses a couple games.
Yeah, and you can see that intensity. Florida State knows this. They number 14 team in the nation. They know the ins and outs of the MCLA, and they know how vital this win is for them. Andrew Zeman now with the ball. They're swinging it around the perimeter. Florida State looking to exploit this Auburn defense, find one hole, find any gap. That's another huge shot, but Captain Craig comes up big this time. Auburn gets out running. They're going quick, but cannot control the ball. Keeps it in miraculously. What a save by Casey Linchoni, Auburn's captain. And now Ian Fitzgerald just pestered by Florida State offense. Gets around 3 guys, and now Jamie Maroney, Auburn's leading goal scorer so far this year, is going to control the ball. Hudson Carter now at goal line extended. He's going to make a move. 5'5", 140. Doesn't matter about these big Florida State defenders. He has unwavering confidence as he fires it back to Maroney, and Maroney is going to hold the ball. Or Maroney's going to put the spins on Florida State, actually, and now he is going to take it out, looking to move it. And that is just a careless pass right there from Maroney. That's showing his freshman year at Auburn. That's just inexperience. And a throwaway right there by Leslie as well, as now Florida State has momentum, also has numbers running into their offensive half. That's another shot, and that's another goal. Florida State takes the lead and shows why they're the number 14 team in the nation with 11:32 in this third quarter.
Indeed, in there, FSU taking advantage of a bad situation there from the Auburn Tigers. I think there was a little bit of couldn't see on that ground ball, trying to get it back to the top of the key, but he really just couldn't see the FSU defender there as they picked it up and went the other way with it. Miles Lobato doing a fantastic job of trying to run that one down, but either way, we're tied. Or excuse me, FSU leads with 11:32 left to go in this quarter.
And with that ground ball thrown by Jamie Maroney, I really hope it was just something that came down to vision, because if not, that's just a careless pass you can't make. When you're having a ranked battle between another team in your own division, that ball just had no pace on it, no intensity, and that was the start of Florida State getting their third goal and now holding a lead in this game as Florida State continues to control the tempo of this third quarter. Continuing on offense, Florida State is going to feed who else than 22, Kyle Ross. Already has a brace, looks middle, and it was open but can't control. Florida State, another shot and another goal. Florida State on a tear right now.
And that was a great job from FSU to really get that ball and put it on the ground first during that shot and make it go up. That was Greg Morgan couldn't do anything with that as it just went right past him, couldn't get the stick up in time.
Auburn's defense has a little team meeting right there as Andrew Zeman on that goal remembered who he was last year. 45 goals last year, just netted his 7th right there. 7 goals in 3 games. This man knows how to put the ball in the net as we have another face-off. Aiden Garrett trying to get back to first half form but just cannot. Oh, excuse me. Auburn can finally control the ball, but as soon as Auburn gets that ball, Florida State is everywhere as a flag goes up, but the ball is still loose. 8 men in a 5-foot area. It is mayhem here in Auburn, Alabama, as 10:48 remains in this third quarter.
Indeed, in the flag there, I'm not completely sure of the call. I think it might have been a hit in the back. That's probably what it is. I kind of lost them in my horrible eyesight. But Auburn now has an opportunity. They got the ball. They're a man up. They need something big here to cut this deficit to 1. And they could do it in the vast majority of ways. They could make the runs like they were making in that first half, getting close as they could to the goal, or they could pass it out, do the entirety of what I believe is going to be a 60-second penalty, and just make smart passes and make a great shot on goal. You don't have to have a lot. Just try to hit that crossbar to go inside this time.
Yeah, Noah, honestly, I think you were spot on with that flag call as well. I mean, as soon as Florida State loses the ball, they are hungry to get this ball back. They have 3-4 guys just swarming the guy, and I think that's what happened right there. It was just a hit in the back, and the referee just didn't like how that looked, and he threw the flag. As Jordan Leslie, one of Auburn's team captains, is going to control the ball from the top of the key. 10:48 left to go in this third quarter. Florida State, if you're just joining us, has taken 3 goals quickly in this third quarter, now up 4-2, as Leslie looks over to Zach Jones, as they're slowly penetrating this Florida State defense, just trying to get closer to that goal and have an open opportunity, but they're still swinging it around. Ian Fitzgerald moves the ball over to Hudeker. Hudeker's going to put the skates on him. Fitzgerald, one more to Jones. Jones looks for it, and that's a deflection by the Florida State defense. Zach Jones looking for Hudeker, but cannot get it over to the other side of the field. However, Hudeker was closest to the ball. He's going to bring it back in over to Fitzgerald. Now to Selesli. Selesli's going to drive middle. Finds Carter cutting inside. Carter spins. Gets it to Selesli somehow. Keeps the ball. But the ball is loose. Zach Jones goes for it. One Florida State defender on him. But Zach Jones is in control. Hit Maroney behind the goal. Maroney now back to Jones. Jones back to the top of the key where Selesli is. Selesli to Fitzgerald. And Auburn cannot hold on to this ball. Florida State defense woke up and chose violence.
Auburn needs to do something here. They only got a minute left on this man-up opportunity. They need to get some of these finer passes down. You ain't got to make the long ones. Get inside of that attacking third and punish somebody.
And their real concern, you say a minute left on this man-up opportunity. There's 5 seconds left on the shot clock as that shot from Jamie Maroney goes wide left. And you can hear it from the Florida State sideline. Their entire team is fired up as Florida State will finally get the ball back and look to only enhance this lead.
And that penalty call was on number 47, Will Kocher, as Auburn's still a man up here. Will look to grab this ball back for this last 35 seconds of a man-up opportunity.
Auburn now taking a page out of Florida State's book first half, pressuring up on Florida State's defense, trying not to let them in their own half, but Florida State does break through, and they're running around as Auburn tries to hold them. Hampton Yarbrough is the one playing defense on Florida State so far, but we are going to get a timeout. J.J. Arminio doesn't like what he's seen, and we are going to head into a short break. You are watching WEGL 91.1 FM. Welcome back to this third quarter of MCLA lacrosse action. If you're just joining us, Auburn led 2-1 at halftime, but Florida State has come out with a fury. The Seminoles now lead 4-2 with 9:11 left in this third quarter. And Noah, what do you think has been the flip that was switched going into the third quarter for Florida State?
Face-offs have been a big thing. FSU's won every face-off going into this second half, and they've really taken advantage of it. They've got the ball early and often and got an in-on goal, made great passes. Auburn hasn't made the greatest. We've seen it in this man-up opportunity that has 7 seconds left on it. That's why FSU isn't really taking a great opportunity, but you see the extended defense. They're trying to get this ball back so they can have it just for a little bit of that man-up as the man is going to come on, and we're back to equal powers for Auburn and FSU.
Yeah, I'm glad you touched up on that defensive arrangement head coach J.J. Arminio made, because when Florida State came into play with the ball, Hampton Yarbrough and Caleb Karanka were both pressuring Florida State offense. They were double-teaming ball, which is an interesting strategy by Arminio, as Florida State now brings it back in once again from the X, looking for a shot. Will go behind the goal, though, and Auburn making every effort to get to that ball first, but it looks like it will stay with Florida State. Great effort, however, by Auburn defense to try to control possession and get it back to their offensive guys.
13 seconds left on the shot clock. FSU's going to look for something quick here. They've got equal power for the first time in this attacking possession.
Florida State just trying to get anything to go. 5 seconds, can't get an open look. He's going to have to rip it from there. Has a shot, has a goal! In desperation, desperate times call for desperate measures. In 21 for Florida State, Tyler Morris. That's his 4th goal on the season, but now we have a man down for Florida State. And it almost looks like Tyler Morris, it's not Tyler Morris, excuse me, but almost in the Florida State celebration, a man went down, injury.
Indeed, Darren. We're going to take a little bit of time here to go to commercial or just save our image. We'll be back whenever this situation clears itself up. We'll have an update on the other side of this break. Welcome back inside the Auburn Sportsplex. FSU leads 5-2 after a fantastic goal by the Florida State, but more jarring issues. Number 2 for the Seminoles, Sebastian Arzuta, a junior attacker out of Miami, Florida, coming off the field with an apparent leg injury. Prayers are up for him, and we hope he is able to continue with his collegiate career, but he's able to come off the field, as we wish nothing but the best for him from this broadcast booth.
Yeah, you just never want to see that as a player, as a fan, as someone in our positions as a commentator. It just breaks your heart to see someone go down, and especially down at that time duration. You think it's got to be, serious, potentially season ending, as we bring you all back to this game. 5-2, 8:10 remaining in the third quarter as we are back at face-off. Aiden Garrett looks to try to ignite some spark for this Auburn offense, but Florida State will control the ball.
And you saw it in the first half. The face-off mentality was put it through the legs as FSU has turned that on its head and able to grab some face-offs in this second half by doing that exact thing and putting it behind them, allowing for a wingman to come up and grab that ball.
Yeah, great adjustments made by Florida State's head coach Patrick Dixon at halftime. I think he knew. He was seeing what was happening in Aiden Garrett's method to winning the face-offs, and he made adjustments to where he has men placed right where the ball is going to end up as Jamie Maroney tries to make a move on Florida State's defense, but Florida State's defense just swarms them. 3 flags go up at the same time. That was unreal. The referees obviously saw something they didn't like, but they're also all going to let it play on as Auburn maintains possession. Jamie Maroney controls the ball, 35 left on the shot clock, and now Jamie Maroney is going to hold the ball, looking for any options to get this Auburn offense going. Can't find anything. He's going to swing it back to number 20 for Auburn, Ian Fitzgerald. Ian Fitzgerald looking to use that height this game. He's a big guy, 6'5". He's looking to get in there, get a goal, use that size against this Florida State defense. Hasn't happened so far. Speaking of size, on the opposite side of the spectrum, Hudson Carter had possession, 5'5". That's a huge hit by Florida State, and more flags go up. It's just a flag party here in Auburn.
Auburn has a great opportunity here. They had the advantage, weren't able to contribute anything with it. Now the shot clock will restart, and they might have 2 men down over on the FSU side. I mean, you gotta score here if you're the Auburn Tigers and get yourself back into this match.
Yeah, this is absolutely huge for Auburn. 2 men down. You're down 3 goals. This second half just hasn't gone your way so far. You have to gather any momentum. They should look to get at least 1 goal here, maybe even 2. They need a goal for momentum at the minimum, and I think head coach JJ knows that. He's going to look to have his guys absolutely attacking on all cylinders here as Auburn is going to control the ball. Referees have not put it into play yet. I think we're still doing some flag collecting so far. Yeah, it looks like it. But
it'll be Andrew Crosby, senior defensive midfielder, that'll have one of the penalties. The other penalty will be number 30, Jack Schiffel, as it looks like it'll be 30-second penalties for both, but also Schiffel, a long stick midfielder, so they will be out without that long stick on the Florida State defense. We'll look for a great opportunity here as Auburn's 2 men up.
Yeah, this Auburn attack, they're smart. They realize that. They know that long stick midfielder's out. Zach Jones, exactly, takes a shot, rips it quick, but Florida State's goalie, Hunter Chang, says not today, and Florida State will run the other way. They're trying to move. Auburn trying to close on him. He breaks 3 Auburn men, now moves in offense, and he just chucks the ball. Noah, do you know the reasoning behind that one?
That's a fine move there. It'll be FSU's ball on the other side. They are just trying to waste as much time as they can so they can get back to equal strength, and there it is, equal strength now for the Florida State attack.
And that was great strategy by Florida State there. Smart heads-up play by Florida State's offense. They know they're down. They know they're not going to get nearly any opportunity playing 2 men down on offense. So they say, why don't we waste some time, get our numbers back, as we have just under 6 minutes left in this third quarter. Florida State still leading by 3, and they weave in. That shot is no good. Captain Craig collects the ball as one Florida State defenseman pressures him. Auburn's going to go the other way. Ethan Pustisi running with the ball now. He's got open pastures. He's looking. He's going to keep advancing it into offensive territory. Now a Florida State defenseman finally picks him up. Derek DeAngelis, first we said his name tonight, surprisingly, as an Auburn captain. He just is going to throw it away for Auburn and Florida State. is going to retain possession just like that. Derek DeAngelis, not what you expect from one of your captains.
Auburn trying to be a little bit too fancy on these passes. They got to slow it down. They've let the fact that they're down by 3 crawl into their offensive mindset. They're trying to be too fancy and trying to get too long of passes. They need to slow it down, set an attack up, and make something happen.
Yeah, when you're down 3 goals, you can't afford to be fancy. You need to be fundamental. You need to play the basics. You need to play how you know you've been playing. How they played in the first half, was exceptional, and they just haven't been doing that so far. Florida State really has grasped control of this third quarter, and now Florida State moving into offense. Here goes Ryan Farquhar. Farquhar can't put the skates on Auburn's defense. Good maintain there by number 26 for Auburn's defense, Jack Slack. But Florida State can continue on offense. Auburn's going to maintain possession, however. Actually, they're going to control possession as they look to go the other way. Linchoni moving. He's going to bring it up into the offensive spectrum. And now Auburn is going to look to get a third goal on the board as men sub in and out, getting Jamie Maroney back on the pitch. Couple mistakes early in this game for him, but he's looking to net some more goals for the Auburn Tigers so far this year.
And I don't want to put words into J.J. Armano's mouth here, but you can almost hear him saying, slow it down. They need something to go their way here, and they need it to go their way in a big way. Slow it down, set up your offense, and put one in the back of the net.
Yeah, Hudson Carter around the X, and Auburn offense is doing just that, slowing it down. Now, ball is with Jamie Maroney. He's trying to make a move, but no avail. He's going to reset. Back to Lobato. Lobato has one just over the top of the bar. However, Auburn is closest to the ball. It should stay Tiger possession. Yep, Hudson Carter right around the X. He's going to make a move to his right. He tries to get around Florida State. Great find is Jones. Jones cannot control the ball, and he knows it. He's upset by that. However, Auburn can control the ball. Over to Lobato. Great opportunity, and that's a goal. Lobato nets the third goal for Auburn Lacrosse, and they're looking to edge a comeback now. Lobato, captain for Auburn, showing why he has that title and that veteran leadership, trying to get his Tigers to rally behind them and get back into this game against Florida State.
Lobato's also your vice president of this organization. He's the heart and the soul of this Auburn Tiger offense and Auburn Tiger team. He puts one in the back of the net, and it is a totally new ball game as there's just 3 minutes and 32 seconds left to be played in this third quarter. Tell him to light my fire.
Aiden Garrett tries to get a face-off, but just typical Florida State in this second half to no avail. Florida State's been dominant on the face-off side. It's just a tale of two cities here, completely different sides, completely different chapters, but we are still moving here in Auburn, Alabama. Great defense by Auburn, but an even better find by Florida State. And Florida State, you can see it there. He's telling them to be quiet, stop chirping, as they net a 6th goal, and they're taking the lead 6-3. Great goal there by Andrew Zeman. Who else? The goal-scoring phenom from 2023 gets his 2nd goal of the night. That's 8 on the season.
You saw there why it's so important to get close to the crease. He got close and was able to put one in the back of the net with speed, a little bit of finesse, but mostly speed going towards that back crossbar.
And you can feel the desperation setting in here. They're desperate, Aiden Garrett, to get something to go his way, and he finally does. Auburn offense is going to maintain possession as they bring it into their own half. 26 for Auburn is looking to go to work. Jack Slack, typically a defender in midi, now all the way back at the X. He's doing a full lap around the globe in Auburn as he finally gives it up to Bocic, who looks to go to work. Slack is going to go off the field. Bocic now controlling the ball. He's backed himself up into a corner, and he's looking to go to work, make some magic happen. Now running across the X, Auburn offense getting set. Bocic can't find anything, but he does find Jones. Jones now looking to go to work, a dynamic offensive threat for Auburn. Great screen by Bocic. Jones is looking, but Jones gets knocked down to the ground. Florida State's going to control. Great defense by Florida State. Great combination of aggression and finesse as the offense now controls, and it looks like they're going to hold it pretty handedly unless he almost throws it away to Jones, who has a wide open goal. Sloppy play from Florida State. And another sloppy play from Florida State. Leslie steals the ball. Fitzgerald looking. Fitzgerald can't get it to go. Throws it to Jones, who Jones can't collect it. Ball's on the ground. Florida State chirping at it. bodies pushing each other left and right, men on the ground, ball still loose. And Florida State is finally going to control this ball, and they are going to maintain possession. I said that last time, but I think they actually will this time as they have an open man upfield, and they now move up the field. Ball is loose, though, once again. This is mayhem here in Auburn, Alabama. As Florida State, they're now on the ground. Auburn controls the ball, finds Bocic midfield. He's got numbers, 3v2, has it himself, and it's going to go wide right. But Auburn should be the closest man. Never mind, Florida State will get possession back. Noah.
Ooh, I disagree with that call,
I do as
Jack.
well. I do as well.
I think Auburn was closest to it. I think they gave it to Florida State's goalkeeper. I think that was the reason why, but it looked like the sticks were advanced past the creases there for the Auburn Tigers. FSU, that both these teams playing a real physical brand of lacrosse there. So many ground balls there, so many scrums. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, and Florida State's now getting a little sloppier than they started out playing the beginning of this third quarter. Another just thrown away possession right there. Auburn's going to get possession now as we have just over a minute left in this third quarter. And Auburn's going to throw it away. Man, you think these guys are playing for each other, these other teams. This is unbelievable. It's almost like it's a passing pattern. Florida State's going to go now. Great save by Captain Craig Morgan. Another big one by him. And now Auburn, ball is loose. Florida State picks it up, but you never know what's going to happen in this quarter.
Indeed, both teams there making really long passes. That was the reason for the pass breakups. Both teams trying to find some sort of way to turn it over from the other. These scrums have been vicious on both sides of the ball. They're trying to get something together as Auburn needs something here to go their way. If they can score a goal in this last 20 seconds that's to be played here, I think FSU is going to keep it as they have the ball and are looking for something.
Kyle Ross with the ball, looking for a hat trick, finds the middle, finds number 17, Ryan Farquhar once again, but back to 22, Kyle Ross. There's 3 seconds remaining. They got to make something happen. A miracle from Tallahassee, but it's not going to happen. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Auburn 3, Florida State 6. We'll be back with you for some fourth quarter action in Auburn, Alabama right after this short break. You're watching WEGL 91.1 FM.
Welcome back inside the Auburn Sportsplex. Auburn trails Florida State 6-3. At the beginning of this broadcast, outside of the technical difficulties, I was going to say the land of opportunity, the city upon a hill, what dreams are made of, all things that describe the SELC South. And both teams looking to pick up a win in this great division. Both teams trying to be the top team in their division, get that great seeding in the SELC tournament, as this one's a scrum and it's a fight for it. Outside of the midfield logo, Jordan Leslie passes it back to number 26, Jake Slack, and Slack's going to carry this one around and get a pick.
Good start of the fourth quarter for Aiden Garrett. He struggled in the third. And honestly, no, that might be an understatement. I don't know if he got a single face-off third quarter. But fourth quarter right there, wins possession, then has a nice little spin move to keep possession for Auburn. And now they're in their own offensive half as Hudson Carter's around the X.
Hudson Carter back to the goal, is going to look to his right, but he's going to have to go back to number 10, Maroney. Maroney passes it back out to the top of that left side for number 6, Zach Jones. Zach Jones to his left. He's got a little bit of room. Passes it to Jordan Selesli, but it can't be found. Picked up by Maroney. Back to Selesli, back to Zach Jones, back to number 5, Miles Lobato. Lobato, he's going to take a stick and he's going to line something up here. Back to the goal line, extended for Fitzgerald. Back to number 4, Hudson Carter. Carter still from the X. He's going to cut to his left, go around the crease. Passes, but it can't find its intended target of number 10, Maroney. Both teams now on the ground. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Back to number 5, Miles Lobato. Lobato, he's looking for somebody. Back to Selesli. That one goes off his stick. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds. Maroney passes it back as this one's going to go back to Lobato, but it's too late on the shot. Both teams wasted that 80 seconds. Goes awry. 13:32 left in this fourth quarter.
Gosh, and Auburn was so close there. They're just out of reach. First it starts, great move by Hudson Carter, making the right pass, but just clanks off the stick of Zach Jones in the middle, and then the ball comes out. Miles Lobato does a good job of using his body and controlling it and getting the ball back, but then his pass goes wide. Jamie Maroney barely saves it in, and then the shot just does not get off in time, and that is a great testament to this swarming defense by Florida State. The Seminoles are no joke when it comes to protecting their goalie and controlling this ball, as now they move into their offensive half.
13:30 left in this fourth quarter. Auburn needs 3 goals, but they can't let FSU score anymore as they'll pick it up from the goal line extended. A long stick is on the Florida State ball. He's going to run it into the goal line, but he's going to pass it back to the X as Florida State looks for somewhere to go. Big hits here from number 21, Andrew Grubb. He's looking for something. He's looking for play, a little bit of physicality. That one nearly goes awry and goes back over the midfield line. FSU now cuts to his left. That's number 12. Andrew Pigalor passes it off, but he's still looking for somewhere to go. Back to number 1, Jack McGurver. McGurver, he's going to take a shot, but it's saved by Greg Morgan. Great job by him to take that one in stride.
Another great save by Captain Craig. Feels like one of the few guys from Auburn that's really on his A game today, keeping the Auburn hopes and dreams alive here at the Auburn Athletics Complex. As now Hudson Carter's back at the X as we move deep into Auburn offensive territory.
Maroney shots, he scores! Fantastic job by Maroney. Takes in a great pass from number 29, Jordan Selesli. I hope I got the right number there. But Maroney with a fantastic goal to make it 6-4. Auburn cuts the deficit to 2 as we only have 12:27 left in this fourth quarter.
And I hope they put that Auburn Lacrosse offensive possession in the Louvre, because that was a work of art. Jamie Maroney, he's the leading goal scorer of this Auburn team for a reason. Doesn't matter that he's a freshman. That's his 11th of the season.
Indeed, and with that goal, it was quick. They got into their attacking third, and they set something up quickly, and they got it in front of the crease for a perfect goal right there on the face-off. He went to his left, but he thought it was going to his right. FSU will pick it up as they go into their attacking third. That's number 3, Anthony Chakin. Chakin will pass it back to the top of the attacking third as they're going to set something up, bring in some substitutes as Auburn needs 2 more with 12 minutes and 5 seconds left to be played in this matchup.
Yeah, and if I'm head coach, if I'm Florida State head coach Patrick Dixon here, I'm telling my team, use the shot clock to your advantage. You have 80 seconds. 80 seconds is a long time in lacrosse in a 15-minute quarter when there's only 1 left. They're looking to burn this clock. They don't want Auburn to have any opportunities. They're going to give them as few as possible, as we have a shot on goal right there. Captain Craig once again. Oh, Captain Craig. It just gets thrown away nearly, and that's just some of the mayhem that goes into this game. Number 8 for Auburn, Hampton Yarbrough.
And you can feel the intensity coming from this Auburn side. They're looking for something quick. Back to number 4, Hudson Carter. He's going to shoot that just over the net, but it'll be Auburn's ball as Mowry was closest to it. Trying to get it out quick to Yarbrough was Morgan. Couldn't see it into his net as Auburn will pick this one back up from their own goal line extended is Maroney. Maroney's going to cut to his left. He'll go right.
And I think one of the biggest things about this game is, as we were saying, Craig Morgan with a great save, and then Yarbrough almost loses it. It's just as you think it's about to go right, it goes wrong.
Zach Jones, he's going to shoot. He'll score. Fantastic job by Zach Jones with the drop shot. Makes it bounce up to the top of the net. Auburn down by 1 in this fourth quarter.
Zach Jones, preseason, one of Auburn's few players on the SELC Division I watch list, and that's why has been kind of quiet this game, a couple careless mistakes, but he's going to come in the clutch. And we see it right here. This game flipped on its side. It's now a one-goal game, and the energy in the Auburn Athletics Complex is at an all-time high. Both sidelines are buzzing.
Indeed, and this one's coming down to the wire just like that game against Colorado. Auburn's going to win this face-off. He's got an opportunity. He's going to cut to his left, go into some fouls, and he's going to shoot, and he's going to score. That's number 22, Aiden Garrett, the freshman face-off specialist, to tie this game up at 6. Tell him to light my fire. 11:02 left in this matchup. We're tied at 6. Aiden Garrett with a fantastic job there, the freshman face-off specialist. He's going to get an opportunity to win another one. Goes through contact, puts a ball in the back of the net. I'm fired up.
Aiden Garrett, who cares about your third quarter? It's the fourth. It's crunch time. It's clutch time. It's whatever you want to call it. He single-handedly just tied this game up, and the Auburn sideline is pumped up as he goes back to a face-off, wins it again, and he goes down. Referee's going to blow the whistle. Aiden Garrett, have a day. It's a masterclass here at the Auburn Athletics Complex, Noah.
And you brought up that the Auburn bench is lit up. I think everybody that's listening to this broadcast knows my Southern draw's coming out, folks. I'm fired up.
Light my fire.
Light my fire. Ian Fitzgerald is going to pass this ball off to number 4, Hudson Carter. Carter gets it back over to number 20, Ian Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald back to the top of that attacking third now, back to number 13, Chris Botch. Botch passes it back to Maroney, who's at the X. He's looking for somewhere to go. He's going to cut to his right. He's in on goal a little bit. He's going to look towards the middle. Can't find anybody. Back to Botch at the top left. Botch may get a pick here. He's going to spin to his right. That one's going to go awry. There's a little bit of stick figure in there between Botch and number 5 for FSU, Ryan Robbins.
The momentum had to end at some point for Auburn. 3 goals super quick as we're just over 10 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Tie game now at 6 apiece, but Bodgett just can't hold on to it. And now Florida State is going to control ball, moving up into the offense. Number 24 for Florida State currently holding the ball, Jude Niles. Jude Niles out of Gulf Breeze, Florida, a sophomore midi, but he's contributed pretty well to this Florida State team. 2 goals, 2 assists. Now trying to make a move on Auburn's defense, but Auburn's defense says no thank you. They're going to force the ball out of his stick.
9:41 left to be played in this SELC South divisional matchup. FSU in on goal, trying to get a shot there, but great work by number 21, Andrew Glove, to continuously fight that stick towards that ball and try to force a deflection. FSU from the X going across the crease. That's a shot, but it goes over the net. FSU closest to it. 9:21 left to be played. 26 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, Auburn's defense, just a brick wall right there. FSU can't get anything to go. Ended up in a decent shot opportunity, but that was still well above Captain Craig Morgan's vicinity as FSU continues to try to look for any opportunity, but they're going to throw it away. Jamie Maroney holding his man at half, and referee blows the whistle. It's going to be Auburn ball.
It'll be Auburn ball on the front-to-back call there. Can't let that ball go back past the line there as Casey Linconi gets a pass off to Ian Fitzgerald. There's your shot, and Auburn leads 7-6, 9:02 left to be played in this matchup.
Man, if you want a story, this is a story right here. 6-3, 4 straight. Ian Fitzgerald finally uses that 6'5" frame to penetrate the defense and get a 7th goal. Auburn goes up. Ian Fitzgerald.
Ian Fitzgerald caught that ball in stride and just put one in the back of the net. Perfection by Fitzgerald. Like Fitzgerald's books, The Great Gatsby comes to mind, but Fitzgerald maybe even had better perfection on that shot.
8th goal of the season for him. Also adds on 2 assists of his 2024 campaign as Aiden Garrett fights in the middle. Doesn't matter that he's a freshman. He gets scrappy. Ref blows a whistle, and it's going to go Auburn way.
A push to the back right there on Garrett. Garrett gets the foul call as Auburn will pick this one up. Dominic and Carrico. Carrico with a big run. He's got a little bit of room in front of him. He took a stick, but he keeps on chugging as he'll be forced to get that attack restarted after he doesn't get the angle he wants. 8:40 left to be played in this fourth quarter.
And this game is so unique because we talked about just a couple minutes ago, yeah, Florida State run out the shot clock, 80 seconds, try to get Auburn a few possessions. Now Auburn's in the lead. This is something we did not necessarily expect to get 4 goals so quick, less than 7 minutes in this half. And now Noah, take over.
Auburn's done it with quick offensive possession. So Leslie takes a shot into the stick of the FSU goalkeeper, Hunter Chang, as FSU carries it across the other side. That's number 5, Ryan Robbins. Robbins taking some hits from Lebedo trying to find something on him, but he can't find it. 8:03 left to be played in this fourth quarter. You can see both coaches jumping, not maybe for joy, but for something else on the sideline as that pass goes awry. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds. Picked up by FSU at the last second. Big hit by number 45. That's Eamon Cummings. That's going to be a referee whistle, but oh my goodness, what a big hit.
That's how you set the tone in the fourth quarter. It was pretty guaranteed FSU ball there, but he said, why not go for it anyways? Drops the hammer on Florida State's offense. Florida State's offense looking a little shaken here now. They did not expect this. They don't know how to react, and now the pressure's on them with 7:49 left in this fourth quarter.
And it is going to be a man-up opportunity for FSU. It will be on Cummins as we try to figure out how long FSU is going to have this man-up opportunity for. Can't see the referee signal. Was a hit to the side or the back, or however you want to say it. Trying to get time here for the penalty on Eamon Cummins. 2 minutes. It's a major as shot clock's at 52. FSU has an opportunity here to tie this game back up at 7.
FSU now having to play with some intensity. Top of the key. A little spin there for no reason, but it works out in his favor. And that is what you call clutch from Florida State.
Andrew Zeman, the junior attacker from Atlanta, Georgia, gets one near the crease and takes a shot to make it 7-7. We're tied here in the fourth quarter. Not a lot of, well, actually, there's a lot of lacrosse left to be played. 7 minutes, 46 seconds. If you watch hockey at power points, the goal is scored. We're back to even strength. Not in lacrosse. Eamon Cummings still has 1:48 left to be left on the penalty stick, as one of my sheets is going to go flying as the cold, frigid air lifts my paper up, as Auburn's going to pick this ball up. They got to waste 1:40 there, as that's a hit in the back. You can see the defensive coordinator and the entirety of the Auburn bench jump on that one. It'll go back to the Auburn Tigers. 7:26 with 1:40 left in the penalty time.
And Aiden Garrett, this game is honestly for Florida State. He's just been that little cramp and Florida State's side that just won't go away. You can see the frustration.
Zach Jones in on goal. He's going to shoot, but it's going to be in the ball, just wide right.
And a flag goes up.
Flag goes up. Do not know what the flag is exactly. I was too busy watching the ball. Might have been a hit on Zach Jones to the back, as you can see a little bit of talking in between Jones and the FSU players. We'll get the call here in a minute. But a fantastic job by Jones to fight through the contact and try to get a shot off.
It is getting chippy here. The tension in the air. The air is thick here because you can slice the tension with a knife right here. Unbelievable. But a flag does go up from the refs. Auburn does look like they are going to control possession. Referees are talking. Such a controversial, not necessarily controversial, but critical call. Crucial call by the referees. You want to talk about this Eamon Cummins still sitting out, still serving this jail sentence that he has to serve. And there's still over a minute left of him not being able to re-enter this game. Auburn now has to play smart, tie game, one man down. Be really interesting to see what adjustments head coach J.J. Arminio makes with 7:15 left in this fourth quarter.
Trying to see a number here. I believe it's number 19 for FSU, but Auburn is going to get an opportunity here. That's number 10, Maroney. Passes it back to number 29, Jordan Selesli. Selesli nearly loses the ball there, but pass to Fitzgerald. He picks it up, though, as they're going to wait this penalty sentence off. It's number 45, or number 19, excuse me, for FSU. That's number 19, Jennings Dorman, who will be serving this one out. He had a 30-second penalty on that call there, as there's 6 minutes and 48 seconds left to be played in this fourth quarter.
And now we're back at even level a little bit. Eamon Cummins been Eben Cummins has been out for a while, but now they're also a man down, and we're back at an even play. Sorry for that brief pause there.
I'll take the blame for that one. I tried to move our box just by a little bit, and God decided to hand down a punishment.
Like the camera wasn't already having enough problems this first quarter. If you're just joining us, you weren't aware for that, but the first 5 or so minutes of this game was strictly radio broadcast, but now we have some beautiful footage here. Upgraded our camera. Shout out Varsity Club Lacrosse for that call out last week.
Well, he didn't call us out. It was more or less the people. We are thankful. That's a shot, but it's going to go wide right into the arms of Maroney. And as I was saying, Varsity Club Lacrosse does some great work with the whole of Club Lacrosse, and they do a fantastic job of working with us. So does Eagle Eye, our sister, brother station, whatever you want to call it, the TV station of the Auburn Tigers. They do fantastic work. You can visit their website, eagleeyetv.com.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Noah. I misphrased that statement right there, but the comments were brutal. But hopefully if we get reposted this week, we get some better fanfare from them, as Hudaker now trying to make some moves for this Auburn offense as they try to take a lead. Still 7-7 with 6 minutes, just above 6 minutes left to go in this game. Hudaker still holding the ball, makes a move on the Florida State defense, rips a shot, but it is a clean save by Hunter Chang for Florida State. No hesitation, and Florida State now looking to attack on offense.
And FSU really trying to look for an opportunity here. They're going to have to go right for it first. It's going to be picked up by Hudson Carter. He's got nobody in front of him. Pass to Ian Fitzgerald. He's going to shoot, but the goalie comes out, delivers a big hit. Great heads-up play by number 0, Chang, as Auburn is fighting for it along the bends. That's a goal line extended hit on the goalie. He'll have to pass it off. It might be picked up by Ancarico. That's a big hit on him as they're fighting for it around midfield. A big hit from number 29, Jordan Leslie, I think. No, it's actually number 21, Andrew Grubb, as they're getting into it in front of the Auburn bench. And with 5 minutes and 12 seconds left to be played here inside this fourth quarter, they're fighting and fighting hard for a victory in the SELC South Division.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know what mayhem in conference play looks like, you're watching it right now. Bodies flying left and right. It started with that great heads-up play by Hudson Carter, picking off the pass, and all of a sudden Auburn had numbers, but an even better stop by Hunter Chang, Florida State's goalie, who has come up huge, similar to Captain Craig Morgan. Both have come up huge in this game so far. Goalies, 2 stellar performances as we now reset. Looks like Auburn will start on offense as the referees wait to blow their whistle. Now we get the whistle. Auburn's coming back into offensive possession. Zach Jones now at the top of the key, looking to his right side for Ian Fitzgerald.
Ian Fitzgerald is going to carry this one up from the right side. He's looking for somewhere to go. Back to Zach Jones at the top of the attacking third. Carries it across. 4 minutes, 55 seconds left to be played in this fourth quarter. 58 on the shot clock. Now it's back to Hudson Carter. Carter, he's going to get a screen. He can't get near. He's in the middle of the field. He's going to shoot. That's going to be picked up by Fitzgerald. That's a shot and a score. Auburn leads 8-7 here in the Auburn Sportsplex with 4:38 left to be played in this matchup. Great heads-up play from Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald, that's an excellent play of being right place, right time, being aware of your surroundings. That's what you got to do. You got to crash the net right there. Be ready for that deflection right there, because as we've seen, a storyline of this game, there have been so many shots deflecting off players, goalies, the crossbar, and Ian Fitzgerald remembered that in his consciousness, in the back of his mind. He was there for the goal. That's his second goal of the night, and that is also his 9th on the season. Big-time play.
Auburn now going to pick this face-off up. Still a scrum for it. That's a big hit there, picked up by number 22, Aiden Garrett. Garrett unable to find this one, as this one's going to be in front of the Auburn bench. It's called the other way for the Auburn Tigers. They got the lead and the ball. 8-7, 4:25 left to be played in this matchup.
Huge call, and that play was all because of Aiden Garrett, the freshman, not giving up on it, surrounded by 3 Florida State Seminoles, but he was still fighting for that ball as Miles Lobato, one of the captains for Auburn, is trying to go to work, further the cushion for the Tigers, as Florida State's defense is going to have to start getting a little desperate with only 4:05 remaining in this fourth quarter. Time is of the essence for both Florida State and Auburn as Lobato puts the skates on him.
Lobato with a fantastic move. He's going to have to pass it back out, though, as this one's going to stay, and that'll go over and back. FSU's ball going on the other side. Fantastic idea from Lobato. Just needed to get that pass down just a little bit. As FSU now a shot that goes wide right. It'll stay FSU's ball. Fantastic effort there from number 9, Andrew Zeman, to lay out to be closest to it.
Another just such a close call on the ball. We talked about that call third quarter where we thought 2 Auburn guys were closer to the ball than the Florida State goalie. That was another one where I think that call honestly could have gone either way for either side. But Florida State is going to get the ball back. 60 seconds left on the shot clock as they're trying to put the moves on this Auburn defense, just get any open look. But Auburn's defense is suffocating.
And that was a fantastic job by number 55, Caleb Karonka, with a job to make that shot go wide right. Fantastic job just putting his body in the correct positioning.
Florida State trying to get anything going on offense. Just hasn't gone until I say that right then. Almost like it was spoken into existence. And Florida State gets the equalizer. We're tied at 8 with 3 minutes left at Auburn Athletics Complex.
Zeman there getting a perfect pass to go his way right in front of the crease. Puts it in the top left of the goal to tie this one back up at 8 as we are approaching the final minutes of this matchup, and you can feel the tension and everything in the air. This is what we love about collegiate lacrosse. It's been covered everywhere on Twitter these past couple days. We've got games of the week. MCLA.TV is a big thing now, but either way you slice it, this is perfection in terms of action. It's in perfection in terms of story. It's in perfection in terms of drama. It is everything that you wish for in a sport. I'll be honest with you, folks. I didn't discover lacrosse since becoming a freshman here at Auburn University, but I wish my high school offered it so I could have played this great sport. As FSU is going to carry this one across into their attacking third, but it's going to be could not see a referee whistle or what the exact call was there, but it doesn't matter. Auburn is going to carry it west.
Honestly, I have no idea what the call was right there. Anna Carrico had the ball controlled for a second, then he lost it, but I don't know if that was the call. Almost just with an absolute hit stick, Florida State, but Auburn's going to control the ball. There's too much action to even talk about things in the past. We just have to live in the present, Noah.
We do, as Jordan Selesly's going to carry this into the attacking third over on that left side at the top. 2-minute warning here in the fourth quarter, 54 seconds on the shot clock. Both teams tied at 8. It almost feels like next score wins as Selesly is going to make some fancy footwork, goes to his left, needs to get something into the middle. Hudson Carter is going to receive a pick and go to his right. Back to number 5, Miles Lobato, the vice president of this team. He shoots, he scores!
What a goal!
He shoots.
Lobato!
He shoots, he scores. He's the vice president and the leader of this team. He picks that ball up. I wish my voice wouldn't have gone out, but I hope that adds something to it. Auburn leads 9-8 with under 2 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
Only a junior trying to get that presidency seat for next year. Lobato, ice in the veins right there. Auburn takes the 9-8 lead, 1:41 left. We're back at faceoff, and who else for Auburn than Aiden Garrett, the man of the hour. He's been absolutely exceptional for Auburn in this fourth quarter, really turned the tides. And we are going to get a quick sub. Florida State is going to go on the offensive end as the referee blows his whistle and resumes play.
Florida State getting that ball there. They needed that one. They have a minute 36 to tie this game back up at 8. They have 71 seconds on the shot clock. So the next time that this ball becomes dead in Chain's hands, shot clock does not matter anymore, as there's a long run from Florida State. He guts to his right, gets it back to the X, back across the crease. And that's a shot and a goal. Low ball there from number 21, Tyler Morris. Fantastic job by him. Gets to the crease and puts one on the ground to tie this one back up at 9.
Tyler Morris, you know, that was such an unexpected goal. I don't think anyone here at the Auburn Athletics Complex really saw a goal happening that quick. He tucked it just right under Craig Morgan's lacrosse stick. He tucked it in, kissed it goodnight, and we are back at tie game. 9-all, 1:16 left to go. Aiden Garrett back at midfield looking for another face-off win. Most crucial face-off of the game. They're vying for it. Bodies on the ground. Both bodies on the ground. Referee blows the whistle. It's Auburn ball. Auburn is going to get the final possession of this game.
Minute 10. That's how many minutes of combat we have left as Anna Carrico carries it to his left. He's looking for somebody. He might give it back to Lebedo. He does not. Gives it to number 29, Jordan Selesli, a captain of this team. He cuts to his right, looking for somewhere to go. Back to number 10, a freshman for this team, and Maroney. Maroney, he'll cut to his left, takes a stop, but that is a referee's whistle for a timeout. Auburn takes a great timeout with 45 seconds left to be played in this matchup. They're looking for a goal. J.J. Armano, a great coach and a great man, is going to draw something up, and when we come back from a quick break here on WEGL 91.1 FM in conjunction with Eagle Eye TV. "45 more seconds of combat here in the fourth quarter. We are tied 9-9. It almost feels like next score wins. Jack, what does Auburn have to do here?
I think you're looking for certain guys here to get you a goal. I think it's an interesting move by Coach Arminio to put Bocic in. He's not one of our starters on offense, but I think you're looking to get in the hands of Ian Fitzgerald. You're looking for Hudson Carter. You're looking for Mabato. You're just looking to get it into some experience.
Jordan Selesli gives it back to Bocic at the midfield logo. Selesli, he's going to take it just in front of that attacking third. He's going to cut to his left. You can hear the cheers from the Auburn faithful. Back to number 4, Hudson Carter. That's a dropped ball, but he's got to be able to pick it up here. That's a great defensive effort from FSU. 15 seconds left to be played. It's out of bounds. Auburn ball. Auburn ball. 13 seconds left to be played here. Hudson Carter from the X. 13 more seconds of combat. As that is whistled dead. We're looking for a call here. Might be another Auburn timeout to draw something up. That is fantastic. No shame in that. You can't take them with you. Jack, what do you think they're going to draw up? We're keeping it here, by the way.
Yeah, let's keep it here.
There's too much fire in our heart.
We have a lot to talk about. First off, I think I've never seen more hands on the heads here at the Auburn Athletics Complex. After referee was looking to give the possession arrow, he honestly hit the fans here with the little fake. It looked like he was going to give it to Florida State, and he pointed it back Auburn's direction. I don't think there's any other way to end it, a storybook ending, than have Auburn with the final possession of regulation, 13 seconds left. Honestly, if I'm Coach Arminio, I don't know the substitutions he's going to make here, but I say bring on the freshman Jamie Maroney. He's your leading goal scorer, has 2 tonight, 10 in the other 4 games this year. He's going to go get you a goal. I think if you don't look at Jamie Maroney, I think Zach Jones is a great guy to give the ball to. He's dynamic on offense. He can make quick moves. He has quick feet, and he'll get you a goal.
Maroney, a freshman from Morristown, New Jersey. Jones, a senior from Trinity Christian in Atlanta, Georgia. Both Auburn with 13 seconds left. That's all they have left is Hudson Carter will have this ball from the X. He's going to carry it to his right. He'll get a pick. That's a pass to the middle. That's a shot, and it goes wide right for Zach Jones.
Oh, that was a beautifully drawn-up play by Arminio. You couldn't have any more open of a shot, but just goes wide right.
So Leslie, 5 seconds, passes towards the middle, but it hits the ground. It's on the ground there. As 0 seconds, there's your buzzer. That's it for action here in the Auburn Sportsplex. We'll go to a quick break. We'll come back. We'll give you an update on how overtime works here in the SELC South. Yeah, 10 more minutes of combat here, overtime inside of the Auburn Sportsplex as Auburn and FSU look to win this SELC South matchup as both teams are tied at 9. I believe the rules are 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we go to a golden goal. FSU also streaming this game. They've done a fantastic job all matchup. I like to think we've done a fantastic job as well, Jack.
I hope so.
Ansley right here next to us, manning the camera as we look forward to this overtime action. Free lacrosse here on WEGL 91.1 FM.
Aiden Garrett, a rare misstep off that faceoff, cannot control the ball, and Florida State will have first offensive possession in overtime. Is that a timeout already by Florida State head coach Patrick Dixon?
That is a good timeout there.
Yeah.
They're going to do what J.J. Armano was looking to do at the end of that fourth quarter and draw something up. What do you think they're going to draw up here, Jack?
I mean, if it's anything like Armenia's drawn up in the last possession of regulation, it's going to be a thing of beauty. I think if you're Florida State, there's no person you can look for that isn't Andrew Zeman. I mean, the reputation speaks for himself. He has 9 goals in 3 games. He's averaging a hat trick a game. Let that statistic stand. That is an unreal statistic for college MCLA lacrosse. So I think if you're head coach Dixon here, I think you're maybe looking to have Zeman make a cut coming from behind the X and just have him wrap around, put a quick one in. But, however, it's not going to be that easy when you have Captain Craig Morgan in goal.
And I'd like to apologize. I lied, as that was a 4-minute overtime. Then we go to golden goal. 3:52 left to be played in this first part of overtime as FSU's looking for somewhere to go. Goes across into the attacking third. He'll cut to his right. That's number 28. He's a shot, and it'll go wide left with the ground shot there. FSU closest to it. That's number 21, Tyler Morris, and number 28, Alexander Gerdick with the shot. He's back to the center. That's ball on ground. FSU able to pick it up. That's number 9, Andrew Zeman. Zeman gives it back over to the top of the key as that's going to go to the left. Spin move, back to the goal line extended. A shot that extends off of Greg Morgan's stick. 3 minutes, 13 seconds left to be played in this overtime fiasco, it feels like.
Yeah, and Dixon ended up drawing up exactly what I thought he would. Zeman came off a curl screen, and he had a good shot at goal. It just went a little wide right. And Florida State's going to bring this ball back out, and I think they're going to do the same thing once again, looking for Zeman as Florida State tries to move a little bit closer to goal, but Auburn's defense taking a stand. They're taking a stand right now. They're not letting anyone get by. Great defense continued. They're keeping Florida State outside of Craig Morgan's vicinity.
And FSU will carry it around the X, around the crease. 50 seconds left on the shot clock. That ball hits the net. Great defensive work there by Ethan Pustini. Pustini, he's got a long stick, and he's looking to get rid of it fast. Pustini, he's back around in Florida State's X. That's a long pass to number 29, Jordan Selesli, and he'll carry it across midfield, across the logo, back pass to number 20, Ian Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald cuts to his left. He's going to shoot. Goes a little bit over. FSU closest to it. 2 minutes 18. A fantastic job there by number 1, Jack McGreever, to get that long stick out and force it to go the other way. 2 minutes 14 seconds left to be played here in overtime.
Ian Fitzgerald almost put the cherry on top of that Auburn possession. Big defensive stop by Pustisi. Then the captain Selesli, as Florida State now takes a shot that goes wide left. This game is unreal, Noah.
That was number 5, Ryan Robbins, with the shot there. Just hit the ground a little bit too early, jumped over Greg Morgan and the goal.
Now Florida State is going to try to get any closer to this Auburn goal, but Auburn's defense has been relentless. Back in the Auburn defense, we have Linchoni. We have Andrew Grubb, who's been a key piece, number 21 for Auburn. That's another shot. Goes wide, but the Florida Stateman, the Seminole, is back by the X. They're going to retain possession with 49 left on the shot clock, 1:46 left to go in our overtime period.
Florida State carries it across the X. That was Jack McGreever with the shot. As that goes wide right. That's going to be Florida State closest to it, I believe. Yes, a referee is just going to let them play. 1:39 left to be played here in this overtime rule set, as FSU is going to carry this into their own X. That's number 16, Ben Ellis, a freshman out of Gainesville, Florida.
Florida State has had ball almost the entire overtime. They just keep getting back possession, and it finally results in a goal.
A great goal there from number 46, Matthew Wyatt, a junior attacker out of Tampa, Florida, wins it for the Seminoles. They grab their first win of SELC South play. A fantastic job by the Seminoles. You got to take your hat off for them. 10-9 is your final score here at the Auburn Sportsplex. But do not let this effort by the Auburn Tigers go unnoticed. They fought for an entire four quarters as this first matchup of the SEC South, or the SELC South, does not go Tiger way.
And this is just an unbelievable display of the duality of sports. One side of the field, you have elation by the Florida State Seminoles, and the other side, just Auburn Tigers trying to pick up their teammates. Just heartbreak for the Tigers. Kept it close. I think they're deserving of a top 25 ranking still, even after this loss, undoubtedly. And back to the drawing board for Arminio.
Indeed, and Auburn, if they want to stay competitive inside this SELC South division, they'll have to go on the road to play Florida and UCF next. That is their next SELC South divisional games. Both those games will be played in Gainesville, but for the Tigers, they'll be in Arizona here in a couple weeks to play Arizona State and the Arizona University. Both will be fantastic games, and I believe they will have a stream over there in Arizona, that hot place. But either way you stick it, I want to thank you for listening to this very entertaining matchup between the Auburn Tigers and FSU. Auburn becomes 3-2 on the year, while FSU becomes 2-1. As we look forward to delivering you another great broadcast the next time the Auburn Tigers play, hopefully with a little bit less technical difficulties. But we want to thank you for Henry Zimmer, our fantastic audio engineer, just every last bit of engineer you can think of, for Ansley Ehlers, who's been on the camera all night, for Jack.
Appreciate Corbett.
We're
going to get it one day, man.
Right. I got to write it down. That's the problem.
Oh, my gosh.
Folks, I try to stay serious as much as I can in this. But for Jack Corbett and for myself, Noah Phillips, thank you for tuning in again. Florida State wins in overtime, 10-9. Thank you. War Eagle, and it's MCLA for life.